path to Michigan State. I'm aware you went to Jackson Northwest, went to Gibson Prep for a year, played with Monty Bates, went to IMG, and then got recruited. It was kind of considered a late bloomer. Could you just talk more about your path and what led you to choose Michigan State as home?
Started at Northwest my whole career, and then once kind of COVID hit, kind of forced me to make some decisions, and then the FC Prep thing started off, and I kind of figured that if I wanted to have a basketball season, that's where I had to go to play, and so I played there, and then went down to IMG after that, and got a more of a solid development there, and then built a relationship with coaches and had connections, and then ultimately, the other offers I had really couldn't compete with here. Coming in, I was understood that it was I was gonna be more of a redshirt freshman, and I was okay with that because I knew this was kind of the place where I wanted to be anyway. And originally, I would have probably done a post grad year at IMG anyway. So for me, it was like, I can be where I want to be, but I can be there kind of a year earlier. So that was kind of part of what made my decision my decision, and to come back home too. So yeah.
So road trip. 2-0 as opposed to 0-2 last year. How do you think you guys handled it and turn around for a Saturday morning game?
Yeah, I mean, we handled it really well. I'm proud of our guys, especially our new guys, for handling it. I think the togetherness of our guys really helped us stay together. The fact that we all kind of like being around each other for a week at a time, and all those meeting rooms in the hotels and all that. I think it's going to pay dividends to us in the future when we get in the nitty gritty of the season late on the year. That bus ride or the plane ride back was a lot more enjoyable than last year's.
Some Nike gear home too.
No, I didn't go shopping to save some money. We didn't end up getting anything from Nike when we went out there. That was surprising, but it was a good trip. It was cool to see the Coach K court and his facility that he has built over there. It was really cool.
This segment, these next two games, a lot of people talk about single games as being a trap game, but with Michigan on the back end of it and kind of the start that your guys on, how do you kind of dial in for these two, knowing that both Maryland and Rutgers have been a little down this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think the trap games for these are kind of a vague term in the Big Ten because the Big Ten, everybody's good and anybody can beat you on any given night. So that's part of it, but also we got to make sure our prep is the same, and especially coming off a road trip, rest and just treating your body right is huge. These are two games that we have a good chance to go in and feel really good going into Michigan, and if we play how we're supposed to play, then I think we're going to be in a good spot.
Can you talk about finishing it, because it's obviously a nice little benchmark of those last two games of the first half. Can you talk about let's finish this half of the Big Ten schedule strong?
Yeah, for sure. We haven't been great in the first half, especially. We've had a lot of second half runs where we kind of were able to separate. And I think overall, for us to be better and to be better later in the year, we got to continue to get off to better starts and play, full 40.
What do you think of high spirit practice is about?
I think after having a good day of rest yesterday, we came in, met, and watched our film from the last two games, and watched some film on Maryland, and getting prepared. I think not doing anything super physical and allowing us to kind of get back to our time zones and get set in. That was a big part of why we all kind of felt a little more energized, a little more rested, and then ultimately, it's like a 2-day prep. So we kind of knew that we have today and tomorrow to prep, and early game Saturday, so no shooting around, and makes our intensity a little bit more.
Is it tougher prep when you're going to play a game that you're supposed to beat? I know they're all the same to you, but when you're supposed to beat somebody, is it tougher to get that high intensity?
It's always no one's gonna say it, but we all naturally don't approach it as much as we do a team that's better. But at the same time, the approach has got to be the same. The intensity has to be the same. It's easy to say that. Mentally, we're all gonna kind of think it. But the Big Ten is the Big Ten, and everybody's tough, and anybody can beat you on a given night. They have really good players, and you look at the records, and that's not that's not necessarily a good depiction of who they are and the players they have. So it's a big one-on-one night for us.
I just found out and saw a video the other night. Your brother's playing at Jackson Northwest.
Yeah, he enjoys it. I think they're having a solid year this year. I was able to get down and see a couple games, so he's having fun.
Have you mentored him at all?
I try to in the summers when I'm home. You know, they send me some clips of his film and stuff, and I try to, you know, do as much as I can from the phone. But you know, I'm kind of feeling him out to see how much he really loves the game if he wants to, you know, go past high school with it.
Yeah, you don't know that yet, though. Right?
I don't know yet. We're, you know, hopefully this summer we're able to really see what he wants to get into, whether it's, you know, JUCO or if he just wants to play, or if he just wants to, you know, play in high school.
You're not Kareem Jabbar, but he does have to follow in your footsteps, and that's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think they do value, you know, my opinion, my experience that I kind of bring, and you know, I'm a little bit of a coach to them. So it is cool to think about it in that aspect. But who knows? Maybe they don't listen to me, and I'm just their big brother that's just harping on them. But yeah, I mean, they're having fun with it, so that's all I can ask for.
What kind of player were you at that age?
I mean, I was away from home at that age, so he was a junior, so I was away from home. So but I wasn't recruited, and he's not recruited either, obviously. So I guess we're in the same spot. We're both playing and not recruited, not knowing what, you know, the year ahead entails. So.
How many times has Izzy dropped the "you can't guard my mother" line?
He drops it a lot. That was the first time that the camera was able to get it. Like I think I was you know, telling somebody, one of my buddies or something, they were making jokes about it, and I was like, yeah, there's nothing new. Like we hear that all the time, and yeah, like I feel like he always says my 99-year-old mother, but I feel like she's been 99 for like 4 years. Because I feel like ever since my freshman year, he said his 99-year-old mother could guard you or something. So I don't know, but you know, it is what it is.
Like, what was the team's general reaction when
after
the game?
It was funny because I remember Denham pulled out his phone in the locker room after the game, and he was like, "This is the first thing on his feed." It was just like, "Oh wow!" And then we started seeing AI, like AI renderings when we were on the plane or on the bus back, and you know, Steven started to get into it, so it was pretty funny. But I think Kurt's having it.
Like, how
yeah, he's joking. He knows what it is, and he's heard worse stuff anyway. So.
How's it feel to see